Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to highlight why everyone is talking about Broadcom stock, and I'll give you a hint. It's because of the profit margins. Broadcom stock has one of the best profit margins of any of the companies that I follow. I have it up there in my Mount Rushmore of businesses alongside some of the other well-known businesses with excellent profit margins you might already know, Visa and MasterCard. But let's get into these excellent profit margins and highlight why this is really attractive for investors. So in its most recent quarter, Broadcom's gross profit margins were 75.6% of revenue. That was up about 30 basis points. Now, this is incredible for a company, a hardware company, mostly a hardware company, right? Visa and MasterCard, I noted earlier, they have excellent profit margins, but they're not known for, selling physical products. They're more of a financial network, right? They have their benefits are the fact that they have a vast resource of merchants that accept Visa and MasterCard as a payment, and they also have billions of people that use Visa and MasterCards in their wallet. That network is really their asset that drives their incredible profits. Broadcom is a little bit different, right? They're selling mostly hardware and generating excellent profit margins. Their operating profit margin was 62% of revenue, and that was actually up 100 basis points year over year. Now, the gross profit margins for the semiconductor segment were approximately 71%, a little bit less than overall company profit margins because the software segment, as I will note here, gross profit margins for infrastructure software were 92%, and the operating profit margin in that segment was 73%. Truly remarkable profit margins in each of the segments, right? Even the hardware segment, semiconductor solutions, gross profit margins were 71%, and then software is 92%, of course. Now you look at these profit margins and you might say, well, this isn't going to be a growth company, right? With profit margins like this, you can't also be growing revenue. You would be wrong. Broadcom has done an excellent job in increasing its annual revenue. Look, from 2014 up to 2020, its latest update, Broadcom's revenue has more than tripled, up to $33.2 billion. So not only is the company generating excellent profit margins, but it's doing so at larger and larger and larger scale. Really, really impressive to be sure. Also, of course, with excellent profit margins comes excellent free cash flow, which in the quarter was 4.4 billion, representing 50% of revenue in Q2. That means for every dollar in revenue the company generates, 50% of it flows to free cash flow. That's also impressive because not always do profit margins translate into free cash flow. Sometimes companies need to use a lot of those profits to reinvest in the business, which tends to hold back free cash flow. Not the case for Broadcom. The company is still generating excellent free cash flow. And what's it doing with the cash? Well, it paid $1.9 billion in cash dividends, and the company repurchased $2.8 billion in its common stock. So returning about $4.7 billion back to shareholders in its most recent quarter. And it's no surprise that many investors are talking about Broadcom stock kicking the tires and looking at, what, maybe we should add this stock to our portfolio. And I would say it would not be a bad idea. I had Broadcom stock recommended as a buy to start the year. Now the stock is up considerably in 2023, so I advised some of my viewers, if you had bought it early in the year, it would be wise to take a little bit of profits, trim some of your position here, but it's an incredible company. Buying this stock and holding it for the next 5 to 10 years, I would imagine has a decent chance of increasing your wealth in that time. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.